welcome back to Armchair Safari, the place where we find nice design online and we try to learn from it, try to discover what is good about this, what is bad about this, and does this work for the intended end user. This is a part of the eternal quest for me to become a better designer and for you to follow along and also become a better designer, hopefully. So today we're going to be learning from Emil Kowalski for animation fame. So if you want to follow Emil on X or anywhere else, I guess it's Emil Kowalski _. He has a ton of followers because he's been posting these incredibly slick animations, and it's a 20-second video of some of his animations put together. So we're going to go through the whole thing, but first let's just get the overview. Look at this. Oh, ooh, oh my God. Oh yeah. Jesus. Oh, that's so nice. All right, that was the whole thing. That was pretty awesome. So let's start. What is good about this? Well, let's just start with the ringtone thing. Boom, boom, boom. So what is good about this? Well, it's following design principles or animation principles from Disney. It has the whole springy effect where it goes way past its intended state. This springs out to like 102% width or something, and then springs back. It's almost like it's this. And this is like so this is where it starts, and this is where it's going. But it actually goes all the way to this in between. So it's a bit of a spring effect to it. It looks very nice. It's super clean and super clear. And the whole thing just moves, right? Everything moves. So even the ring text as it animates in, it goes from blurry and opacity 0, but also the frame is actually wider than it needs to be. Not by much, but like a pixel. See? It's like a pixel or two, but it's something that moves. So it very, very nicely captures the eye the entire time. It's also animating between very clear states. So as it switches over, there's like, okay, the ring is being removed. The bell goes on the side. The background comes in. The silent comes in. The silent comes in just like the text disappeared. It like warps in. Yeah, it grows in. It grows in from the center, but the background on the silent icon actually grows in from the side because it makes more sense because it's an area. And the icon is just crossed over as it like jiggles back a little bit. Oh my God, yeah, it's beautiful. The next transition is into the timer. It's actually a much easier transition because it's so big. You probably need less details for it to pop this much. It also goes out further than it needs to, and then it falls back into its actual size. So it's a very, very nice transition. Then we switch. Oh my God, look at that. The number switch. It looks like it's one of those rotary dials. It's not a rotary dial. It just animates up and opacity, but they both animate at the same time. So you get this really, really nice effect to it. You can hardly see it. You can just feel it really, really well. Then we move over to this. This is a really nice effect in the list. So you click part of the list and it grows out from the list. Notice that there isn't the original element is actually not in the list anymore. It pops out, same sort of thing. It jiggles a little bit. So it goes, or not jiggles, it rubber bands a little bit. When it goes out, the background is darkened a little bit. And look at this, it's so nice. Oh no! Oh, that was it. Oh, I thought it had a separate state. Okay, let's look at the whole thing again. Yeah, it's just very, very nice. One super nice thing that we can see with the second card. Look at the text. You click it, and the text actually animates in from, like, it looks like the card grows to cover the text. So the card grows out and the text is already there. Makes no sense from a spatial perspective, but it looks absolutely wonderful. You can also see that the card actually rotates a little bit. So when it increases, it goes out straight. When it goes back, you can see a slight rotation to it. Whoop. Or does it? So hard to see with this this compression, unfortunately. But anyway, so here we go with the next one. Is this the last one? No, it isn't. Okay, so we have two more. So this one, this is the thing that I thought we were looking at with the previous card. So what is good about this is that this clearly goes through a distinct few steps of animation. So first we have this step, right? So we have a button, we click the button, we have the first step, the first modal, we click something in the modal, and it has a second modal. And look what it does. The content of the first modal is opacity out. The content of the second modal is opacity up and in, which makes a lot of sense since the frame is also growing to incorporate that content. So it's almost like it's growing to the size of the content. And look at how quick this is. Boom, boom. You can feel it, but you cannot see it. Oh, that's lovely. Then when you click something again, it contracts back to the original state. So it's like it's animating between these states very fluidly and very, very nicely. And this is also really, really nice. So the last option, you click the button, it rovers a little bit, it changes in size a little bit, but then you have another one of these effects where the content is just, it's beautiful. All right, and let's look at the next one because we are spending a lot of time on this. Okay, so here we have a few cards with a action bar. And he selects the cards, and it's a very, very simple animation, right? It's just a circle that animates out and a filled checkbox circle that animates in. Very simple. But then we hit trash. All of these cards animate up and into a trash can that animates in from the background. And it blurs in as well, similar to the action bar also becomes an action button to confirm. And because the whole thing becomes such a 3D effect, that suddenly it feels like it's a completely different kind of user interface. Very, very nice. And this is my favorite because this is so distinct. So here we have a feedback button. You find this in an interface anywhere. You click it, and it also grows to increase the to show the next state. But here, the content of this next state is actually available almost immediately, just very, very small, and then it animates into place. And look at what it animates into. So this feedback card is incredibly well designed because of the divider between the feedback and the action bar. So first we have a classic overlay card. It has a distinct background from where it has a darker background from the background, and then it has the paper effect on top of that. It has a very nice typography. It has a very nice border to the second layer, or it's actually a drop shadow to the second layer. Very nice button, almost like a skeuomorphic button from way back when. But then this divider here in the middle just makes it so incredibly clear what we're looking at, that this is supposed to be something like a text card. Skeuomorphic, yes, but in this case, it's just a hint of what this is, and it really helps you guide your eye because you know what you're looking at. This is a two-part sequence. There's a top part where you're writing, and there's a second part where your actions are. So it fills this in. This typing animation is nothing special, and then clicks the feedback button, and the feedback button animates the text down and gets a spinner in it. And when it's done, the entire content is, look at this, it's so beautiful. The entire card is removed, and instead we see this almost background that comes in as a success message. This is like, yes, it has been received. Thank you for helping me, blah, blah, blah. But the interesting thing here is it goes through these so distinct steps, right? It's a button, it becomes a card, and the card goes into a non-interactive state. And it's such a beautiful way to show you what animations do so well. Animations are amazing to transition you from one state to another. It helps you as the end user to sort of understand what's going on. Why are we moving from this state to that state? Or like, what is going on here? And I love that about this, because in this animation, he's really showing that in such an expert way, that the animation is there to help you understand what's going on. It looks great, but that's not the point, right? I love that. Okay, so what is bad about this? There's nothing bad about this. Actually, the only thing that I could say is bad about this is because he's selling an animation course, which I'm starting to feel is a little bit boring now at this point with so many courses. But in this case, Emil's course, I would probably take this unless I was busy learning from Armchair Safari, because this is really, really nicely done. And okay, the third most important test: is this valuable for the end user? Do we care? No, we don't. This is just an example of what you can do with animation. And in Emil's case, he's an expert animator. He does these examples really, really well. I definitely recommend you follow him on @EmilKowalski_ if you want to see more of these. There's so much to learn from it. And I love the fact that in these examples that he's showing, all of them actually, there's such a clear reason for the animations. You're animating through a series of states. You're making it super useful to the user what you're doing, and it's always clear, like with how strong the animation is this supposed to be eye-catching, or is this just supposed to be guiding you? So in the card animation, from one card to the feedback, is a very simple animation. It's clear, but it's very simple. It doesn't need to do much, because it's just supposed to show you, yes, you're done. It's no longer interactive. But with the ringtone, the entire thing jiggles and moves, because this is something that you're really supposed to see. This is an effect that you should know has happened. So this is very important feedback. So it's super eye-catchy. And I love that. So anyway, that's all we're going to be learning from this today. Follow Emil if you want to learn more. And thank you so much for tuning in to Armchair Safari.